Most people think they know China, but there's a side to this superpower that rarely makes the headlines. From strange dining rituals to secret geography, these are 50 China facts the world rarely talks about. Part 1. Food, Dining, and Daily Life. Let's dive in. Fact 1. In China, your staple food is decided almost just by where you're born. Northern China traditionally lives on wheat, noodles, dumplings, and steamed buns, while southern China is all about rice because of climate and farming differences. Fact 2. At a Chinese family table, everyone shares everything except one thing. Most dishes are placed in the center and shared, but each person usually has their own bowl of rice, eaten with side dishes. Fact 3. China quietly dominates a food category almost no one talks about. China is the world's largest producer of vegetables, growing over hundreds of millions of tons every year. They offer varieties many foreigners have never seen, like edible daylily and wood ear mushrooms. Fact 4. Imagine pineapple and lychee showing up in your main course, not just dessert. Traditional Chinese cooking often mixes fruits into savory dishes, like lychee pork in Fujian cuisine, to perfectly balance sweet, sour, and umami flavors. Fact 5. You can eat Chinese food for weeks and barely see cheese. Because many East Asians are lactose intolerant, traditional meals use very little milk or cheese. They rely more on soy products like tofu for richness and protein. Fact 6. Some people talk about cold and hot foods even if they're served at the same temperature. Food is classified as cooling or warming to keep the body's yin and yang in balance across different climates. Fact 7. One holiday turns China's highways and train stations into a real-life human river. Around Chinese New Year, hundreds of millions travel back home in what's the largest yearly human migration on Earth. Fact 8. Instead of giant wrapped boxes, you might just get a tiny red envelope. Many people give hongbao, red packets filled with money, as a symbol of luck and prosperity for children. Fact 9. In many Chinese homes, being completely silent at the table can be a bit weird. Slurping noodles or soup is usually acceptable and shows you're enjoying the meal at informal family dinners. Fact 10. For many Chinese people, tea isn't a special drink, it's just life. Tea is served constantly in homes and workplaces, reflecting hospitality and respect. Think you know the rules of a Chinese home? From secret finger taps to forbidden habits, the traditions are deeper than you think. Welcome to Part 2. Traditions, Etiquette, and Festivals. Let's explore facts 11 to 20. Fact 11. At a Chinese tea table, people say thanks without opening their mouth. When someone refills your tea, tapping 2 fingers on the table is a silent thank you, tracing back to stories of an emperor traveling in disguise. Fact 12. One innocent chopsticks habit can send the wrong message instantly. Sticking chopsticks straight up in rice resembles incense used in memorial rituals for the dead, so it's considered extremely unlucky. Fact 13. For China, New Year doesn't end with a countdown, it ends with lanterns. The Lantern Festival on the 15th day of the first lunar month wraps up the New Year period with glowing lantern displays. Fact 14. The longest night of the year becomes dumpling season in parts of China. In northern regions, many families gather on the winter solstice to eat dumplings, believed to bring warmth and good fortune. Fact 15. For many Chinese teenagers, moving out at 18 isn't the plan at all. It's common for 3 generations to live under one roof, reflecting strong family ties and Confucian values. Fact 16. If you walk into a Chinese home with your shoes on, you might feel every eye on you. Many families leave outdoor shoes at the entrance and switch to slippers indoors, keeping floors clean and symbolizing a home boundary. Fact 17. In Chinese buildings, you might notice something missing in the elevator. Because the word for 4 sounds similar to death in Mandarin, many buildings avoid the number entirely. Fact 18. One number in China is so lucky people pay extra just to use it. The number 8, sounding like wealth or prosper, is considered very fortunate, making things like license plates with lots of 8s highly sought after. Fact 19. In China, dragons aren't scary monsters, they're almost family. The dragon is a powerful positive symbol of strength and success, and many people call themselves descendants of the dragon. Fact 20. At a Chinese birthday, the cake isn't always the star of the show. Longevity noodles, extra long strands served in soup, are eaten to symbolize a long life. Cutting them short is strictly avoided. Beyond the massive cities lies a side of China that looks almost alien. From mountains that bleed color to cities carved into cliffs, the geography is a masterclass in wonder. Welcome to Part 3, Nature, Geography, and Places. Let's explore facts 21 to 30. Fact 21. There's a place in China so colorful people think it's photoshopped. In Gansu, layered sandstone and minerals create natural red, yellow, and green stripes across the hills of the Zhangye Dangxia Geopark. Fact 22. China has mountains that look exactly like old scroll paintings. The limestone peaks around the Li River are jagged formations that influenced centuries of traditional Chinese landscape art. Fact 23. A huge chunk of China sits higher than many mountain resorts. The Tibetan Plateau averages 4,500 meters in elevation and covers more than a quarter of China's land area. Fact 24. When people picture China, they rarely picture sand. About 27% of China's land is desert, making over half the country either arid or high alpine terrain. Fact 25. Some of the most important dinosaur discoveries happened in China. Regions like Liaoning and Sichuan have produced remarkably well-preserved fossils, many showing the first evidence of feathers. Fact 26. Chinese gardens aren't just pretty yards, they're like tiny universes. Developed over centuries, these gardens are designed as miniature natural landscapes meant for reflection and poetry. Fact 27. One river quietly shapes life for hundreds of millions of people. The Yangtze River stretches over 6,300 kilometers, making it Asia's longest river and a crucial route for transport and agriculture. Fact 28. In some parts of China, moving into a condo means moving into a cliff. In provinces like Shanxi, traditional cave dwellings stay naturally cool in summer and warm in winter. Fact 29. One of China's tourist attractions is basically a controlled fear test. China has several glass-bottom bridges suspended over canyons where visitors can see straight down under their feet. Fact 30. An ancient emperor ordered a clay army with custom faces. The Terracotta Army near Xi'an includes thousands of soldiers, each with unique facial features, hairstyles, and armor patterns. Think ancient innovations are a thing of the past? From the paper in your hand to the high-speed trains of tomorrow, China's inventions have been reshaping the world for centuries. Welcome to Part 4, Inventions, Technology, and Culture. Let's explore facts 31 to 40. Fact 31. Everyday items around you might trace back to ancient China. Paper, printing, the magnetic compass, and gunpowder are often grouped as China's 4 great inventions, all of which reshaped technology worldwide. Fact 32. That calm mountain and river painting style? China did it first. Chinese artists in the 4th century pioneered shanshui painting, focusing on nature as the main subject using brush and ink instead of bright pigments. Fact 33. Some of China's most beautiful spots were built to test ideas, not flowers. Classical gardens in cities like Suzhou were designed by scholars as physical reflections of philosophy, carefully balanced spaces of water, stones, and plants. Fact 34. In China, taking a 300 km/h train can be as normal as taking a bus. China's high-speed rail network spans much of the country, connecting major cities with trains that are fast, frequent, and a common choice for travel. Fact 35. When night falls in many Chinese cities, life doesn't slow down, it shifts outdoors. Night markets, open-air food stalls, and public square dancing are common, turning plazas and sidewalks into social hubs well into the evening. Fact 36. Some Chinese parks basically become outdoor Zumba classes. Groups of mostly middle-aged and older women, often called dancing aunties, gather in squares to do synchronized dances for exercise and fun. Fact 37. Many people think Chinese is one language, but locals hear huge differences. China officially promotes Mandarin as a common language, but there are many regional dialects sounding as different as Spanish and French. Fact 38. Chinese writing doesn't really spell words like A to Z does. Chinese uses thousands of characters, each representing a syllable or a word, and literate adults typically recognize several thousand of them. Fact 39. In China, beautiful handwriting is treated like painting. Calligraphy has been considered a major art form for centuries, viewed as expressions of personality and inner character. Fact 40. In China, the color of your wrapping paper can say more than your gift. Red and gold are seen as lucky, while gifts wrapped purely in white or black may be avoided because they're associated with mourning. In today's China, the future and the past don't just coexist, they collide. From high-tech teen life to ancient social stamps, the final 10 facts reveal the soul of modern China. Welcome to Part 5. Let's finish our countdown with facts 41 to 50. Fact 41. Many Chinese kids don't go home after school, they go to more school. After regular classes, it's common for students to attend extra tutoring, reflecting how highly families value education and improvement. Fact 42. Chinese teenagers relax in ways that might look surprisingly similar to yours. They often spend free time at friends' homes watching TV, going to movies, or playing sports like basketball and soccer. Fact 43, some of China's favorite games are actually mind sports. Traditional games like Go and Chinese chess are still widely played, valued for their deep strategy and mental challenge. Fact 44, visit a Chinese park at sunrise and it feels like an outdoor gym. Many people, especially older adults, practice Tai Chi, Qigong, or group exercises in public parks early in the morning. Fact 45, bubble tea isn't the only tea young people love. Alongside trendy milk teas, many young Chinese still enjoy classic green tea and oolong, making tea houses popular social spots. Fact 46, instead of signing your name, imagine stamping your own logo. Traditional personal seals or chops carved with a person's name are still used today on formal documents and artworks. Fact 47, fireworks in China aren't just for pretty lights, they speak to old beliefs. Explosions and bright red firecrackers are traditionally believed to scare away bad luck and invite good fortune during the new year. Fact 48, at Chinese festivals, the menu is basically a secret code. Dumplings symbolize wealth, fish means abundance, and sticky rice cakes suggest rising success year after year. Fact 49, it's totally normal to see a smartphone in one hand and incense in the other. Ancient practices like temple visits coexist with cutting-edge tech, e-payments, and high-speed trains in daily life. Fact 50, in China, people literally put family before self in their names. Chinese names start with the family name followed by the given name, reinforcing how important family identity is in the culture. That completes our 50 facts. Which one of these surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments.